Hey there, Todd Wally, certified law attorney with Generations Legal Group. We're now on question number 48. What are the non-countable assets under Medicaid? All right. This is not a universal answer. I will give the answer that is most common, but you will need to seek the advice of a local elder law attorney who does Medicaid and understands this. But I can tell you almost universally across the country, your home, anything that is in your home, one vehicle, and prepaid burial. Okay, those are the traditional across the country. Those things are non-countable assets, and pretty much regardless of value. So those are things you can own and still qualify. In your home, even in the lowest number that I've seen, the home can be worth about $800,000 and still be a non-countable asset. And you're like, that's kind of weird. Why would Medicaid let someone qualify for a public benefit and them have an $800,000 home? The reason being is it's a pot of money they can go after at the time of that person's death. That is known as a state recovery. I've done a video on that before. You can go back and search the archive and see where we talk about a state recovery, and I talk about that there. But that's the main reason. And they'll say, well, if he gets better, that's a place he can go back to live. Well, okay, that's true. That's called an intent to return home, and that must be present for the home to be a non-countable asset. But people rarely leave the nursing home and go back home. It's really a pot of money that someone else has to pay for. Someone has to keep up in order to give it to the state when the person dies. And they get what they've paid. Okay, so they will get their bill fully reimbursed from the home if there is that much value in there. And if there's more value in the home than the person's bill, the remainder will go to the family or whoever is the heir of that property at the time of that person's death. Okay. Those are very common non-countable assets. Now, in some states, and quite a few states, IRAs and 401ks, well, typically IRAs, but you can convert a 401k into an IRA very quickly. In some states, IRAs are not countable. Okay. That's a state-specific issue, and you do have to check with the state to see, is that the case with your state? And so be sure and check locally to see if an IRA is not countable. And then there's some very, very minor things like jointly owned property. If it's owned a certain way, it's not countable. But the big four, home, household furnishings, one vehicle, and prepaid burial, those are the non-countable assets under Medicaid. All right. I hope that helps. Please give us a call, 479-601-4119, or you can go to generationslegalgroup.com. A lot of good information, and you can schedule an appointment. And please like, subscribe, and comment. All right. See you next time.